Yo, what's up? Today we got Donald Trump. President-elect Donald Trump gives remarks at American First Policy Institute Gala. Alright, Trump's up here suited up. This came out November 14th, 11 hours ago. First man in history win argument with a woman. Twice. Ooh, that's cold.
You still didn't react to fucking Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
I know I gotta
You
do
gotta
that.
pull that up. It's literally a minute-long video.
We'll do that later. Alright. But let's get right into this video.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, thank you, Sly. You know, Sly does not do that. He doesn't do that stuff. And he did a beautiful job, and I want to thank you and John Voight for being here. John, the great fight movies, I think Sly has a lot of them, and John has The Champ. What a movie that was, right? But I want to thank everybody for being here. You know, when Mrs. Post and E.F. Hutton, her husband at the time, when they built Mar-a-Lago many years ago, the Roaring 20s, it was the Roaring 20s, and we're hotter right now than they ever were in the Roaring 20s.
Is there a delay?
It'll be a lot hotter, but we'd keep it going. New
So, like, I
opulence,
did one of
nobody...
these, like, I was bored and I, like, clicked one of these this morning, you know? And, like, it touched my feelings, because obviously you know why. Antonio did the same thing, and I see his answer, and, like, I want to comment so bad, fuck your dad. Like... Don't. Don't. I'll hurt his feelings at 9:30 in the morning. Ah, no. Delete.
Yo, that's wild. Alright, let's go. Back to the video.
But we'd keep it going. We're not going to have 1929 happen. Although, if it would have continued the way it was, it might not have been too good. But when they built it, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew opulence. Nobody knew real luxury. Nobody knew poverty. They didn't know anything. And they learned a hard lesson. In 1929, they learned a very, very hard lesson. And we're going to turn our country around. We're going to make it so great, so strong, so powerful. We're going to bring it all back. I want to thank some people that have been so instrumental in doing such a great job in terms of not only policy, but people, and people love them. Brooke Rollins, who put this on with Linda McMahon. Linda has been a great friend of mine for a long time, right, Linda? I want to thank you very much. And the America First Policy Institute, what a job they've done. But I said, you know, the policy is much more important if we do it for 8 years than it is if we do it for 4 years. So I said, let's do this. Don't worry about your policy. Let's get out and let's win the election. But nobody knew we were going to win it the way we wanted. That was a big one. So
That was a big one.
really great.
Look at him.
And Javier, I'd
If you're a fan of Trump, comment Drill Baby Drill down below.
For Argentina, your speech was beautiful, but the job you've done is incredible. Make Argentina great again. You know, MAGA. He's a MAGA person. And you know, he's doing that. He's actually doing that. Just happens to work with EA. That one we don't have to worry about. It doesn't work so well with other countries, but you know what? I think your numbers are working also. You've done a fantastic job in a very short period of time. It's an honor to have you here. That's really great. Thank you. Also, Speaker Mike Johnson, wherever you may be, Mike, in this very big and crowded room. Thank you, Mike. I went yesterday, just in case, I said, look, I want to tell you, I'm behind this man 100%, and he got 100% of the vote from
The
Republicans.
news are
you
lying and
sure?
saying he's going to try and get House to
Sure,
vote
huh?
for a third term.
Nah,
So he can
he's doing a
serve
great
4 terms
job.
like
Nothing
FDR.
easy.
Yo,
We
I
actually
would
had
vote
one
again.
little
I
period
would.
about
I don't
4
care.
I would want him to serve
majority
4
of
terms like
Literally, I don't
FDR.
care.
That was
Let
not
him.
pretty, right?
Let him have 4
And you
terms
hit-
like FDR. He's one of the
he
greatest
just kept
presidents
that
to ever
stiff
exist.
upper lip, but he's doing a really
But they
good
make
job,
it like
and that
it's
was
going to
a
be
great vote
war.
we got
Like,
yesterday.
all you
So
feminists, grab a rifle.
congratulations, Mike.
Or like, you see,
Members
you see
of
that
Congress,
RFK,
all
he
of
put him
whom
to
voted
the,
for Mike, and
Senate of Human
they've been
Health
my
Services
friends.
or
It's
whatever.
just a small group.
Dude,
We have a lot
Elon
of them
Musk has a
outside.
job
We
in
have
the
a lot
government
of them
now.
coming over the
It's
weekend.
all, bro.
Byron
We
Donalds,
goated
Star,
here.
where's Byron?
We are about to get super
What a
rich.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these people who are mad, but look, he's
Hey,
still putting RFK in
hold
office.
on.
He's still...
For a year and a half, I couldn't get a job. Now, because Trump's president, I just walked into U-Haul and got a fucking job.
I mean, that is a pretty big coincidence.
That is a fat ass coincidence.
That is a pretty big. It's
Fucking,
really-
I'm Mexican, bro. I'm a
You've
statistic.
Literally not had a job the whole year, Biden.
Literally, the whole time Biden was president, chat, I didn't have a job. I was homeless. I was fucking everything, bro. This is crazy.
That is a weird coincidence.
Yeah, now he's the president. I get a fucking job. I'm never gonna lose this job either. I got a good job.
I think I'm gonna pour this out and make another cup with that other coffee
Yeah, me too.
because it's tasting pretty weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I drank half of it.
I told you. That's why I bought the new one. But chat, dude, we got a job. We winning out here. You hear me? We winning out here, chat. We just gotta keep our head up. Survive. We gotta pay our bills. Do our little shit. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta get through it. Hey, tomorrow on the Twitch stream, we're gonna be joining my buddy Suds and Buds, and we're gonna be watching Deadpool Wolverine tomorrow on Saturday. So if you guys watch this video, please come check out the stream sometime tomorrow. It's gonna be sick. I've yet to see Deadpool Wolverine. Oh, shit. Now let's get back into this video.
Thank you, Byron. Ronnie Jackson, Doc Ronnie. He's been a lot of things. He was my doctor. He was a great admiral, highly respected admiral, great doctor at the White House.
All right. Hey, chat. My old boss, he said that Donald Trump is too old. That dude is not too old, bruh. Look at Joe Rogan. He's like 57, 67, something like that. And he's like,
60 is the new 45.
literally, because with medicine, 60 is just like being 45. Our lifespans were for America from like 1940 to now was 70 years expectancy. Dude. So for this man to be where he is right now is a miracle by itself. And for him to be as cognitive as he is a miracle too. Because I remember as a kid when people were old, the people that are dead now, they were fucking like, they're a little bit slow. But maybe that's because they all joined the military, that fight World War II. Like, do you guys remember as a kid when you would go to your Veterans Day at your school? It seemed like every goddamn everybody's grandpa was in the war. Well, that's literally how it was. Everybody was in the fucking war. Everybody, even people even got put in the draft, but never went and served. Everybody was in the war. Think about that. Do you fuck with the war? But think about that, bruh. That means 80 years ago, all of us, we'd be in that bitch, in the trenches, dying, shooting people. And because of them, we don't have to. So, that's wild.
House, and now he's a very popular congressman. He won by 48 points. That's pretty good. Of course, it was a very, very Trumpy district, but he won by 48 points. But when he was a doctor, they asked him the question, the fake news, which is here. Look, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. We invited him, and they said, can we come in? I said, we have nothing to hide as Republicans, right? We have nothing to hide.
Literally.
But they asked Ronnie, as the doctor, he was up in the podium, who is the healthiest? Because he was the doctor for Barack Hussein Obama, Donald Trump, and he was the doctor for Bush also. They said, who's the healthiest of them all? He said, without question, it's Donald Trump. And I said, I like
Literally.
that. I said, I like that guy.
I like that guy
He's
too.
doing great. Jason Smith is here, a great, great congressman. Wesley Hunt, wow, and Mike Waltz, who's
I feel
gonna be,
so bad.
another-
I feel like Trump
Well,
deserves
very near
it because
future.
I hated his
Nominated
guts
him.
4 years ago.
He's going to be
I
doing a
think it's
great
the
job in
sugar.
the administration.
I'm telling you.
And,
Oh,
and
did
I
you put
promised
sugar in it? You
Mike
shouldn't
that I
put
wouldn't
sugar
be
in
taking
it.
too many more before
Ah,
we start counting
goddamn.
the votes, okay? He said, please, could you slow down a little bit? I just like the people in Congress, Mike. I'm sorry. But no, don't worry about it, Mike. Just relax. Just relax. We have a man who has a seriously high IQ. You know, I'm a person that believes in high IQs, and his is about as high as they get. He launched a rocket 3 weeks ago, and then he went to Pennsylvania to campaign because he considered this more important than launching rockets that cost billions of dollars.
Yo, dude, that man's a G, bro. Elon Musk.
Can I see
What
your
a
voice?
job.
You know why it's a dub?
What a
Elon Musk is
job he
richer
does.
than any
Yeah,
elitist other than the
yeah.
Rothschilds and the
Yeah, he likes his
Rockefellers.
place. I can't get him out.
But
of
he
it.
is the
likes
richest
his
single
place.
person in the world.
Give me your coffee.
And you know what? I like
You
having
know what I'm
him here
saying?
too. He's good.
He's the richest solo
He's done a fantastic job. Really an incredible
citizen with no
mind,
company,
and he's
like with
an
nobody
unbelievable
backing up or
entrepreneur,
generation
doing
with
everything.
richer.
I'm asking him,
What's
what do
the
you do
sugar?
best?
Well, then
And
go dump
we
it
were
out,
able to
dump a
figure
shit
it
ton of
out.
creamer right there, fill the coffee
The
up
creamer's about to be
halfway.
gone 'cause
Another
of
one
the-
who's another
I'll
great
fucking
mind
buy
and a
another
great
one. I
guy
don't
and so
care. I'm
popular,
not drinking
and
this shit. I want
I
coffee.
think he's right. He wants to make people healthy. It's driven him pretty
Because he was
wild
having
over the
sugar.
last
I put
number of
less in mine.
years. And the Democrats didn't treat him well. He was doing fantastically well.
No.
And I think
I
they
already
came
know
out with
that's
some
good. I put
rule
brown
that you had to
sugar
do
in mine.
this, Mike. You had to get 70 or 75%
With, like,
of the
one
vote
normal
to
sugar.
qualify to be in the primary. That was a pretty tough thing to get.
You want
And he
a
was
spoonful of
doing
brown sugar,
incredibly
so you
well, and he
I just
decided
want
he can't do
all
it, went
creamer,
independent.
half
Now he's with
coffee.
us all the way. And today I nominated him for, I guess, if you like health and if you like people that live a long time, it's the most important position, RFK Jr. Bobby,
Here's your thing.
Please.
good.
Sorry.
And I just looked at the news reports. People like you, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get too popular, Bobby. Oh. You know, you've reached about the level. Now, we want you to come up with things and ideas and what you've been talking about for a long time, and I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you, and boy, does he feel it in his heart. So congratulations also to your family.
Hell yeah, RFK Jr. finally. The last RFK got shot. Let's get a real one in there, man.
Independent. And
Fuck.
Last week she said, I want to be a Republican because this is what I stand for. And I've always admired her, and I've admired her because she was loaded up with common sense. And it's all about common sense. I mean, we're conservative in this room, but we can understand the other side. But what we really are is people with common sense. And I think that's why we won with the numbers that we won by. Tulsi Gabbard. Thank you, Tulsi. Great common sense.
She went by on stage and begged him to fucking, please give me a job.
Ramaswamy, taking people a long time, and now that name is emblazoned into their brain. But Vivek, wherever you may be, where are you?
Vivek.
Thank you, Vivek.
Vivek got a
He's
job.
working with Elon
He's working with Elon
on efficiency.
on
They're
efficiency.
working on efficiency, among other things, and they're going to
In the
be
next 2
saving a
years,
lot
I
of
feel like
money
a lot
and
of
making our
changes are
country.
gonna
Aaron, we got everybody we wanted.
They'll be coming
Try that.
out
That
with
should be better.
individual.
You didn't beat that? Who were we voting for at the beginning of this
I
election?
know. I wanted to RFK.
No, before
I
that.
did.
No, we were talking about Vivek.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were watching all Vivek's rallies.
Try that. That should be better.
No
It's not
sugar?
it's not as, no sugar, but it's not as hot because of creamer.
Bet. That's good. That's crazy though.
Reports, but a big one toward the end. And you put those two together, it's going to be really great. So we look forward to seeing it, working with Elon, and that'll be a great experience. You're going to learn something from Elon, I think, right? It's going to be great. Thank you very much, Vivek. And great job. What you've done is fantastic. And somebody that I've admired for a long time, but I've really gotten to know him in my political life, but especially I think over the last year, more than maybe ever before, maybe more than even than the first 4 years, because we had a tremendous success through my first term, and then bad things happened, and we had to wait. I couldn't wait. I was saying, they're not going to do it. They're not going to help us. They're not going to save this country. And it really dawned on me about 10 days out. I said, wait a minute, with 10 days, I waited 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. All of a sudden, it's 10 days, and then every day seemed so long. But I knew by the crowds we were getting, it was going to be really something. And Newt Gingrich got up, and he said, this is a very special thing that's happening because nobody has ever had crowds, and they just wanted hope. They wanted something. They just didn't want what they had. And nobody expressed it more beautifully than Newt Gingrich. And thank you, Newt, very much. It was really beautiful. And Callista, thank you very much. Thank you, Callista. But the American people have just delivered really something very, very amazing. The biggest political victory in 129 years. Can you believe that, Newt? 120. They said the most consequential election. I love that word. It's a beautiful word. Most consequential election in the last 129
I hope to
years.
God he figures out a way to run
something.
two
So
more
we swept all
another
swing states.
term after this.
We
I
won
wouldn't
the
mind it.
popular vote. Oh, I love that.
I really
You
hope
know,
he does.
All right, look at it.
In
I
the
don't
last
care if it
one,
makes him look like a dictator.
No, me too. Look at that.
Look at Putin.
in my first term, they said he won the election, but they always followed by he didn't win the popular vote. That's what they say. I don't even know is it true or not. Who knows? But they would say he didn't win the popular vote, and we won the popular vote by records now. So nobody can say that anymore about us.
Watch. She's so
Nobody can say that because we won the popular vote. And I didn't win it. The people won it. The great people of our country won the popular vote, and that's what they wanted. And this was something really special. Won the White House,
And
recaptured
thank you for
the Senate,
serving our
and now,
country.
as of today, recaptured the House. Thank you very much, Congressman.
I went to jail, so he's like,
And on track. Looks like we have it. The largest margin in the national vote in presidential year since 1928. That's a long time ago. Well, that's interesting. That's when this house was built, 1928. It took a lot of years, but that was when it was completed. And something that I just read here, and I saw from one of our friends from the news, from the media. We won, I didn't know this, we won 49 out of 50 states, shifted toward the GOP significantly. That's a big,
I'll be right back.
something really special. Won the White House, recaptured the Senate, and now, as of today, recaptured the House. Thank you very much, Congressman. And on track, looks like we have it. The largest margin in the national vote in presidential year since 1928. That's a long time ago. Well, that's interesting. That's when this house was built, 1928. It took a lot of years, but that was when it was completed. And something that I just read here, and I saw from one of our friends from the news, from the media. We won, I didn't know this, we won 49 out of 50 states, shifted toward the GOP significantly. That's a big number. So we won the largest share of black and Hispanic votes of any Republican in the history of our country, recorded history of our country. So we won, think of that. We won the largest share of black and Hispanic voters. That's so incredible. They're unbelievable people. We respect them. We admire them. They've been through a lot. And they like us, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but if you take a look at the border of Texas, the governor called me, Greg Abbott, who's a great guy, called me up. He said, you won every single town on the border, and these towns were always blue. They were a dark, strong blue, and we won every single town up and down the border in Texas. We won with married women. What about unmarried women? What happened to unmarried women? We won with married women. We won half of all ages. Think of that. More than 50% of the 18 to 29-year-olds, the highest in many decades, the highest number. And again, it really has to do with common sense. You know, people don't want men playing in women's sports, right? They don't want it. They don't want it. You know, I said that during the last few weeks, heavy on the common sense things, like they want a border. They want people to come into our country. They do. They don't want to have exclusion, but they want to come in legally through a system. They don't want them coming in through prisons and through where you dump a prison from countries all over the world.
I didn't hit it. It was nasty.
Greg Abbott, who's a great guy, called me up. He said, you won every single town on the border, And these towns were always blue. They were a dark, strong blue, and we won every single town up and down the border in Texas. We won with married women. What about unmarried women? What happened to unmarried women? We won with married women. We won half of all ages. Think of that. More than 50% of the 18 to 29-year-olds, the highest in many decades, the highest number. And again, it really has to do with common sense. You know, people don't want men playing in women's sports, right? They don't want it. They don't want it. You know, I said that during the last few weeks, I was very heavy on the common sense things, like they want a border.
Damn, you put an
They want
incompetent
people to come into
president in
our
office,
country.
you
They
get
do. They
gay
don't wanna
people and women in
have
men's
exclusion,
sports.
But they want to come in legally through a system. They don't want them coming in through prisons and through where you dump a prison from countries all over the world, dumping prisons into our country. The prisoners dumped into our country by the millions. They don't want that. They don't want all of the kind of things they don't want drug dealers. They don't want gang members. They don't want people that are causing trouble. They don't want people that the country doesn't want. And they had I would say a truth, Elon would say an X, but it came out and it had 12 different things, and it went down a list of things, and part of it was that the cartel were bringing in drugs. They don't want them. It's stopping. When do you see the numbers that are going to be released? In 2 days, things happen to our country. This is 2 days as of 3 days ago, but things are happening to our country that we didn't see happening for years. The caravans on the way up, 35,000 people, they're breaking up. They're breaking up. They're not making the journey. And we have 3 or 4 of the highest, I guess almost every single day we set new records in the stock market. We set new records economically. We're doing great. Now the only Mr. Maybe you should pass the bill. You have to start my term November 5th, okay, or November 6th if you want. November 5th, because the market's gone through the roof. Enthusiasm's doubled. It's doubled in the last short while. And I watched a liberal commentator say, you know, whether you like him or not, there seems to be a beautiful light shining over our country and even over the world. I said, this guy didn't say that. But we have to defeat inflation, and while inflation's down, the costs are way too high. And when I went around, I heard something that was very interesting, the word grocery. It's sort of such a strange and simple, nice word. You know, I'm going out for groceries today. They talked about that more than any other item. The groceries are too high. And when you think about it, that's a very bad thing. And I talked about that a lot in the last couple of weeks.
I have to react to the fucking
I
video.
tell a story about a woman. She got 3 apples. An old woman. She had 3 apples, and she brought them up to the cash register, and she looked at the woman, and she said, is that the right price? And the woman said, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. And she said, oh, that's okay. Could you wait 1 minute? And she took one of the 3 apples, and she brought it back to the refrigeration, and she came back gently up to the cash register, and she paid for 2 apples instead of 3. That should not be happening in our country. That should not be happening here. It's not going to happen here. We're gonna make it a much different place. We're going to slash energy costs. We're going to get your energy
Asmon
bills in
Gold's
half, and
$2
that's gonna
steak
bring
finna
down
be
the
one.
costs, generally speaking, and we're going to have a whole new. We have a big announcement, and I won't tell you the name of his the exact name. I think he's an incredible person. Got an unbelievably wonderful wife named Catherine. So I won't tell you his name. Might be something like Burgum. He's from North Dakota. He's going to be announced tomorrow for a very big position. So everybody's waiting. There he is. Hi, Doc. He's going to be announced tomorrow, and we have somebody else that's probably coming up with him to be announced, who's a big one. And we're going to do things with energy and with land, interior, that is going to be incredible. And so I look forward to doing the formal announcement, although this is a pretty big announcement right now. Actually, he's going to head the Department of Interior, and he's going to be fantastic. Good, Doug. Congratulations, Catherine. But we'll make the formal announcement tomorrow. We're going to reduce regulation, waste, fraud, and inefficiency, and these two guys are going to find a lot of it. We're going to clean out the corrupt, broken, and failing bureaucracies, and that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to stop child sexual mutilation. We're going to stop it because it's time. It's time. It's time, and it's not right what's going on. It is mutilation, and it's not going to happen. We have to stop it. We have to get back to a great country with low taxes and strong military. We're going to fix our military. We did it once. Now we're going to have to do it again. We didn't know a big chunk of it was going to be given to Afghanistan. We're going to work on Middle East, and we're going to work very hard on Russia and Ukraine. It's got to stop. Russia and Ukraine's got to stop. Thousands and thousands. I saw a report today. Thousands of people over the last 3 days were killed. Thousands and thousands of people were killed. They happen to be soldiers, but whether they're soldiers or they're people sitting in towns, we're going to work it. So I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I really want to congratulate Linda, you and Brooke for the job you've done. And it's an honor to be here. And thank you, Sly. Thank you, everybody. Great honor. Thank you very much.
W. Anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button down below. We're gonna go live right after this video is uploaded. So if you watch this right away, come to Twitch. Twitch.tv/BeOneMusic. Thank you.